46. Love, love, love. 46. Love, 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 love. 46. Love, love, love. 46. 46. Love, love, love. 46. You can find me. You know you can find me. Find me, select on me. Oh, we done did that again. I tell you. I mean, I'm a human being. I need them for, kind of like, well, anyways, it helps when I got, you can't see stuff clearly with sunglasses on. So I just put them on over there, and okay, there we go. Well, I mean, there's only, it's down here. After you write the video, you got to write the description, right? Okay, so, well, that's what's going on behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, we got this going on. And if you, now you know. So you cannot change the way people love and appreciate you. You can't control them either. You just can't. The only thing you can change is who? The only thing you can change is you. You can't change the way that people love you. And, I think it's, I mean, this isn't important. This is definitely important for people to know that you can't change the way that people love you. What comes to my mind, too, and, interesting enough, and I'll just tell you the truth about myself, and the importance of showing people that you love them. Okay? The importance of people, showing them, doing little things to show that appreciation and love are very well connected. Appreciation, when you have to show appreciation for something, you're showing love for something. So if you can show appreciation for someone, technically, kind of on an underlying level, you're showing love for them. So, unfortunately, and this sounds pretty, pretty profound, but my parents didn't really show me that they love me. Yeah, they did the certain things, this and that and whatever, but it's got to go on a much deeper level than just birthday and Christmas, the obvious things that are already there. It's all that other time during the year. Most people take holidays to show appreciation for people. It's like, the husband's got to show he loves his wife on Valentine's Day, and their anniversary, the 2 times out of the year that he's got to try to show, so, there's that whole other year. There's that whole other year, there's more time in there. There's a lot more time that you should be doing little things to show appreciation and love. So, but anyways, so I'm just gonna go general. So I wasn't really loved as a child, and that sounds pretty profound, but it never really hit me until one day until I was driving up, years later when I was driving up the street that I grew up on, and then it was a weird situation. It was because it was like all these clouds just kind of came in over the top of me, and then I started driving really slow, and I was just like in a daze, and then it hit me. And the words that went through my mind, and then I came into some understandings with that I wasn't really loved as a child, and then I understood the kind of sort of edge or angst that was going on inside of me all the time. There was like as a child going on inside of me, and it was from a lack of being appreciated and loved. And I'm not just sit there trying to bash my parents for it, because they didn't do it because they didn't know how, to an extent. I mean, so I grew up as a child not being loved as a result of it. And the first time that I loved we're talking about all these kinds of things, and to fast forward it to basically the first time that I learned what love was with my son. because he came into this world and obviously came in as a baby and as a child, and I loved him and I loved him and I nurtured him and I encouraged him and I loved him and I loved him to the day he loved me back. And then I understood what love was. At that moment, at that particular moment in my life, as an older man, I finally learned in my life what love was, what true love really was. Showing an appreciation and love for somebody and giving and giving and giving and giving without any expectation. Because what are you going to do? You can, but see, here's the thing. Here's the thing that kind of led me up to this. What I was talking to you about is that, you know, I was loving him and I was loving him and I was loving him and I was expecting him to love me back, and then he wasn't, and then, you know, it was like I wanted him to and I wanted him to, but he's still a child. He didn't know. He didn't know until he got older, until he became a little bit more conscious of it, and then he loved me back, and that was the first time that I ever knew what love was. I can remember even at times when I was holding him and I'd hold him close and I'd push him up against my cheek and squeeze him, and he'd try to push and get away, you know, and it would bother me and it would kind of hurt me because I was showing him love by hugging him and squeezing him. And of course, to a little kid, and you're like, you're getting smashed and you're stop. Yeah. And I remember times he used to bother me, you know, when I would hug him like that, and then I wouldn't get the kind of a strong embrace that I wanted from him. So the whole point I'm trying to make here about all of this is that you cannot control the way that people love you. You cannot, I mean, really, you almost have to even let go of that, because the only way that you're going to change things, really, I mean, and if you've got people in your life, you want to make sure that you're showing them, because if you don't show it, they don't know it. Love. If you don't show it, they don't know it. You know I love you, babe. Have you been showing it? Because if you haven't been showing it, she doesn't know it. Oh, come on, kids. You know I love you. Are you showing it? Because if you're not showing it, they don't know it. And, you know, for kids that are out there, young adults, teenagers, whatever, you know, you gotta, I mean, one of the things that we're learning, you know, one of the things that about all this is having a love and appreciation for yourself. But at the same time, you can't forget to do what you need to do if you have people in your life as well. And do the best that you can. Right? Do the best that you can. Do the best that you can. You do the best that you can with what you have at the time. But the whole thing I talk about loving yourself and appreciating yourself and doing things for yourself is so that you enhance your ability to be able to love and appreciate others, because you're giving yourself the felt experience of doing it to yourself. Therefore, you enhancing and filling yourself with love, right? Because you reap what you sow, right? You reap what you sow, you harvest that from which you plant. So if you're having an appreciation and a love for yourself and doing things good for yourself, that's going to stir inside you. It's going to stir inside you so that you can love others better, right? So that you can love others better. And, you know, I guess, you know, in my own life, I always did the best that I could with what I had at the time, with what I could do. But, you know, that's really the prominent reason why I want to be able to share all these things and to say all these things, to bring about consciousness about all these things, because it's critical and it's important, because we know that that is not the thing that's being spread out into this world, and it's because, and I wholeheartedly believe, is because we don't have an appreciation and love for ourselves, and it shows. It shows in the way that we carry ourselves, in the way that we look, in the way that so many things. And I wish I could get a little bit more personal with some stuff like this, but I'm not, because it's not. You know, then it's going to come across as judgmental, but it's still the truth. You know, I hope one day that I'll be in a position where people will understand that you know, even though the sometimes the way that I say things may not be appropriate, but that my intentions are always good, and that they're good for the betterment of other people, and that people will understand that. And then at that point, then I'll be able to use, you know, more examples and get a little bit more personal. But now, you know, you just can't, because What did I tell you? People are sensitive. Yep, they are. Yep, they are. Yep, they are. Yep, they are.